Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, then please contact me for the link and the password, or check on our website, www.cslpv.org, on the weekly talk section. Today is Sunday, December 10th, and we are continuing with our annual theme, Living Out Loud. This month of December is Living as Wholeness. Today, our topic is recognizing wholeness and seeing the good in all. So at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta, whether you are on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. We teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, and we honor all faiths, all paths, all traditions. So no matter which path you are on, please know it is the right one for you. Everyone is welcome here, and we value each and every one of you. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of this teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. Each week, we start with our news and our updates of the center. If you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will be starting some new classes in January, and we'll have an interesting workshop for you. So please let me know if there's a specific course, a workshop, or even a book study that you would be interested in taking part of, and we can plan for dates for those as well. Also, if you would like to have a spiritual mind treatment for whatever it is you are experiencing in life or would like to experience more of, then please contact me for a one-on-one connection. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this upcoming year, as we renew membership each year, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, then contact me for the current forms for application. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And so, as we also do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week. And that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found on our webpage as well. So in her book, Grounded, Finding God in the World, Diana Butler Bass wrote, when we recognize our common humanity, when we recognize our own humanity in the face of the other, we also recognize the face of God. There is a vision of love and wholeness deep within all of us, an intuitive sense of our oneness with the universe and with each other. So Ernest Holmes said, the spark which burns at the center of our own soul is caught from the living and eternal flame of spirit. Our charge, then, is to recognize, nurture, and express this divine spark of wholeness. We each are a field of intelligence in which we see the universe and every point of life in it as unbroken wholeness. All individuals, every relationship, as well as every event, are all interconnected, mutually interdependent, and a pattern of perfection. We are the luminous mystery in which the entire universe rises, falls, and rests. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this: every person is an inlet and may become an outlet to all there is in God. And so our lives, regardless of any conditions, are one with the divine and with each other. And there can be no separation, for we're all created from the same spiritual essence, a unified wholeness, which is the pattern of life, the very energy in which all expressions live, move, and have their being. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes said that life is one perfect wholeness. The universe is a unit. God is one. In his book, 365 Days of Richer Living, Ernest Holmes wrote this: since there is but one spirit, and this spirit is in you and in everything, then everywhere you go, you meet this spirit. You meet this spirit in people, in places, and in things. So the observance of others as whole can only happen when we release any sense of dualism, of otherness. In one word, oneness is the central teaching of the science of mind and spirit. Rather than insincerely claiming wholeness and goodness for others, first, we must do the deep work of healing our own illusions of separateness. And how can we consciously recognize the wholeness of others as we go about our day? Well, first, we need to feel a sense of inner peace and balance. We need to live our life in alignment with our beliefs and values. And being true to ourselves and expressing our thoughts and feelings is living authentically. Then we are able to cultivate healthy and meaningful connections with others. It first must be with ourselves. When we are vulnerable through our authenticity, we open up the doors for others so they can also live authentically. So there's a story of the magic soup stone, and it's a great example of living authentically. A mysterious stranger comes to town, and he claims that he has a magical stone that you can cook soup with again and again. Everyone is really incredulous, but to prove it, he puts it in a pot of boiling water. As the water is boiling, he declares, maybe some spices would make it just a little bit better. So someone goes and gets some spices, and the boiling water continues. The bystanders are fascinated. Maybe some potatoes and some carrots could top it off just great, he says. And the soup is just about done, and the stranger says, maybe a bit of meat and some flour would just round off the experience very well. And so forth. And on the story goes. The villagers are amazed. The most wonderful soup is prepared, and they have a great feast together, enjoying and celebrating the magical stone soup. We all hunger in some way. We sometimes think that we have too little, feeling scarcity in our lives. And we forget that we are not alone. There's a vast reservoir of God's life, of substance. We all have ingredients to contribute. In living our lives and recreating the facets of our experiences, we can all contribute. In this spiritual community, we all add the love, the humor, insights, wisdom, creativity, and passion. We each put our ingredients into the soup, and we are all fed and nourished. We all have arms to wrap around each other. Roger Teal said this: "The invisible intelligence that creates anything dwells both within and around that creation. Therefore, we all dwell within the dance of the invisible creative genius of this universe." So to see the good in all, we begin by recognizing the spark of divinity at the center of our own being. It's in knowing ourselves as whole and complete, an expression of the one life, that we allow spirit and spiritual truth to underscore our relationships. The one who actively courts the presence and love of spirit has a holy vantage point from which to hold their friends, family, and community. And we become soul companions in tune with one another along the journey. So think of someone in your life with whom you are at odds with, and purposefully see the good in them, recognizing their wholeness. Practice gratitude and appreciating others, as well as appreciating the present moment. Wherever you are in life, it's okay. Feel content with what you have. And where you are in life breeds more things to be grateful for. Joseph Campbell said this: "Where we had thought to find an abomination, we find a God. Where we had thought to slay another, we slay ourselves. Where we had thought to travel outwards, we shall come to the center of our own existence. Where we had thought to be alone, we shall be with all the world." So in the spirit of the declaration attached or attributed to Gandhi, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," we can be the friend to others that we want to have in our life. We can recognize the wholeness in others by reaching out and feeling that harmony that comes from acting with love, kindness, and friendship. Cultivating beautiful relationships is a surefire way to see the goodness that exists in humanity. Engage in mindful practices and be present and aware of your thoughts, emotions, actions, and your surroundings. Be willing to be flexible and adaptable in the face of challenge and change by embracing a growth mindset and viewing obstacles as opportunities for learning. Consider a challenge that you're facing right now, something that you would pray about. Now, in your prayer, pray for other people who are facing a similar challenge. Achieving a sense of wholeness is the ongoing process that may involve continuous self-reflection and adjustment. So find a state of being that resonates with your authentic self, that allows you to navigate life with a sense of completeness and fullness. In the book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, he wrote this: "Imagine that each of us is a spoke in an infinite wheel, and though each spoke is essential in keeping the wheel whole, no two spokes are the same. The rim of that wheel is our living sense of community, family, and relationship. But the common hub where all the spokes join is the one center where all souls meet. So when infinite presence thought each of us into being, it did not discriminate. It poured its complete goodness into each and every one of us just the same. The divine created every person on the planet from the same pattern of perfection and instilled in us the energy, beauty, and love of its own authentic heart. Witnessing the good in another is not an anomaly. It is the reason we were given each other, to see the love of spirit up close. 'Tis the season for loving and appreciating each other. So let's practice this every day of the year. And next week, we will discuss enriching the world in the name of wholeness. So today, I'll leave you with this quote from Julian of Norwich. Heaven and earth and all creation are great, generous, beautiful, and good. God's goodness fills all his creatures and endlessly overflows in them. And that brings us to our affirmation for the week. I am one with the divine and with my fellow beings. And so now is our time for mindfully giving back where we are spiritually fed. Donations are gratefully received through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. And you'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the page where you find these weekly recordings. Alternatively, if you still like to write out a paper check, you can do so by addressing it to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now, if you would like to join me in our weekly affirmation for our giving and receiving. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.